The saga of the Epic Game Store has been playing out online ever since it first launched a little over 4 months ago, with the main antagonizer being that they were taking games away from other storefronts and making them exclusive on theirs.
They targeted gamers.
Well, there's definitely a few other problems, like the fact that Epic Games accounts are constantly facing hacking attempts, and I'm sure many of you watching have seen the attempted sign-in emails pop up every once in a while. There's also the very basic, understandable complaint of just having to open yet another launcher to play the games that you want, when all you had to do for years as a PC player was just load up Steam, where all of your games were in one easy-to-access location.
Listen, I only got enough energy in this finger for the games.
As we all know, human beings have a battery.
I can't be using my clicks
Yeah.
to open up new windows
Yeah.
where other games are stored.
All those
Get outta here.
seconds add up at the end of your life.
Ugh. It is also pretty obvious why there's been so many games, even AAA titles, headed to the Epic Game Store as exclusives. When it launched, Epic Games not only gave developers and publishers a far better cut on those sales if you use their storefront, but they were also offering substantial bonuses and guaranteed cash if the teams behind certain games allowed for a timed exclusive window. Most recently, and most notably and notoriously, we saw this with Borderlands 3, which will be exclusive to the Epic Store for 6 whole months.
But all the problems with their platform aside, is this move actually good for competition? And could this big new challenger in the market actually make things better for the companies who make the games that you enjoy playing? Well, so far the answer's been sort of. Almost immediately after they launched the Epic Game Store, Steam answered back by altering the deal that they'd had in place with devs and publishers for years by offering them more of a percentage on a sliding scale. And previously, Valve had taken 30% of all game sales on Steam, but as soon as Epic showed up, they changed the revenue split by taking only 25% of revenue if the game sold between $10 million and $50 million, and if the game sold over $50 million, they would only take 20%. For reference, Epic, they just take 12% of sales across the board. So it's definitely enticing for other companies.
Yeah, it's still a way better deal.
Yeah.
Well, as we said, it's been a few months since all of this went down, and so far, it looks like Epic has done as much as they can to really, fill out their inventory with exclusives. Though again, there's much the dismay of many real gamers out there.
Yeah.
But on Thursday of this week, Epic actually threw down a pretty noble challenge for Valve, and it really puts the pressure on them to potentially change their payouts for good. Because we can only imagine that people are going to be hounding Valve to take the offer.
Yeah. It's ransom. It's basically ransom.
Yeah.
We're holding all these games hostage.
It's a big old dick measuring contest, and we know that Gabe has the long D, but
Can gamers rise up enough to change Valve's sliding scale?
Yeah. On his personal Twitter account, while responding to a thread about all those exclusives, Epic Games founder and CEO Tim Sweeney laid it all out, saying, "If Steam committed to a permanent 88% revenue share for all developers and publishers without major strings attached, Epic would hastily organize a retreat from exclusives while honoring our partner commitments and consider putting our own games on Steam."
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
He then followed that tweet up with another reply saying, "Such a move would be a glorious moment in the history of PC gaming and would have a sweeping impact on other platforms for generations to come. Then stores could go back to just being nice places to buy stuff rather than the game developer IRS." Damn.
Yeah, so, damn. The ball, it's totally in Valve's court now.
They called you out, Valve.
Yeah, they can either keep going the way that they have, albeit with that recently enhanced revenue split, and just ignore this whole thing, wait for it to just blow over and hope the fans just accept the way that things are now. Or they could decide to offer game creators the same percentage that Epic does, and in return, the war for video game exclusives would just be over. For now, entirely.
Yeah.
Epic's been doing pretty good. It's bringing stuff together, the cross-platform play, and
They're disrupting the market.
They certainly are doing that. Now, just to reiterate with this whole dropping the exclusive thing, though, it's as indicated in the tweets, they would still honor current agreements. So that means, for example, that even if Valve changed their policy, Borderlands 3 would still be exclusive for 6 months.
They got you.
It would look really like a lot of egg on Randy Pitchford's face, though, who famously said in the past couple of days, Steam could possibly be a dying platform within the next couple of years.
Yeah, he did say that, and I was like, okay, Randy.
Don't
you have some porn to go leave on a thumb drive?
Don't you have a
pizza chain?
A game to develop and come out with? Like,
that too.
Like, here's the thing: it's just like, why is it so hard to just like, you keep poking the bee's nest? Like, people are already angry about this, and you're like, Steam's gonna be dead anyway. It's just like, hey, maybe if you just didn't say anything, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah, that's usually the best course of action. Is to just shut the fuck up.
But if Valve did do this, going forward, it looks like Epic would consider the whole ordeal settled, and every gamer on Earth could live in peace and harmony once again. Do you think Valve will take them up on the offer? We don't know. It's hard to say, but it would definitely be a huge moment, and in theory would be a winning scenario for everyone while making Epic Games look like the heroes in all of this. They had like the opposite of these live long enough to become the villain moment.
Yeah, die soon enough to become the hero?
Now, as of the time that we filmed this, they haven't responded, and this video, it's going to be a bit late because I'm seeing Avengers tonight, but if they respond in the morning when I'm editing this or late at night, I'll add something in on the screen. But yeah.
Moving on, though, this week saw the highly anticipated release of Mortal Kombat 11, a fan-favorite game with a damn good legacy behind it. But it should come as no surprise there's already a bunch of drama surrounding the release.
Uh-oh. There are too many babe-alities.
It's not white suburban moms this time.
Sad.
Okay.
It's the gamers. It's the gamers.
It's the gamers. Yeah. First off, the game was completely banned in at least Japan and the Philippines because of censorship laws in place that basically don't allow gore.
Everyone knew that was going to happen.
But when it was released everywhere else this week, people quickly launched into some justifiable fits of anger about the microtransactions that are present in a full-priced game.
Yeah.
We get it. Looks like WB Games looked at EA's Star Wars Battlefront fiasco and said, hey, wow, looks like we can do that too, because fuck the gamers.
Yes.
In Mortal Kombat 11, you can grind away nonstop for hundreds, if not thousands of hours as you attempt to earn the in-game currency known as coins with a K. These coins allow you to unlock skins, gear, extra animations, easy fatalities, shit like that. Or you can just skip all that and
get off the wallet.
Yeah, just buy everything using real money by purchasing another currency they have in the game called time crystals.
A few Reddit threads this week pointed out that if you wanted to unlock everything made available in Mortal Kombat 11, you'd need to dish out over $6,000.
It's over $6,000.
Or just spend a few thousand hours grinding away to earn those previously mentioned non-real money-backed regular coins. This is also in addition to the fact that sometimes certain unlocks are completely unavailable. So sometimes you'll have to jump on something if you see it available in their store within the game before it disappears. It's like false scarcity.
Yeah.
Limited time things, but they're not really limited time because they'll probably come back around eventually. Anyways, we should be clear here. Neither of us have played MK11, and we're really not interested in that release. Sure, we both loved Mortal Kombat growing up, but just not really into fighting games right now. And even playing by ourselves, it's whatever. And playing online, that's just inviting frustration and anger into our lives as we slowly realize just how old we've become. It's just like smoking weed. Like, Mortal Kombat's not even edgy anymore. Back in the 90s, it was really upsetting parents.
Also, everyone that's down with this at this point and playing online, they've got like a fucking $500 arcade joystick setup. Like, you just can't win.
Back then, the parents were like, oh my God, clutch my pearls. Now, the parents of people buying MK11 are like, not enough gore in games.
Is my son an influencer?
Yes.
How do I get my son to influence people?
Yes. Or just like, hey, games are too weak now.
Yeah.
Anyways, all that aside, I've just been watching people play it on Twitch. And
it's fun to watch.
Looking up the fatalities and brutalities on YouTube. So I'm paying nothing to see the fatalities. Very easy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But those Reddit threads about all those things we just said, they blew up. They even caught the attention of numerous gaming outlets. They were cited by many as proof that those greedy fat cats over at Warner Brothers had ruined the franchise with these bullshit macro transactions.
That's right, macro transactions, a new word for gaming.
That's like a microtransaction, but it's big. And, well, it is true that you can certainly spend a fuck ton of money on this game despite shelling out $60 or more just to play it. The game's creator took to Twitter to clarify a few things with a disturbingly emoji-filled tweet where he said, "Lol, OMG." The $6,440 story is complete bullshit. Where do these people get their information? The vast, vast majority of MK11 skins are not for sale. That's not how NetherRealm make games. You have to earn them in-game. Hashtag fact check before reporting. All right. So yeah, it looks like it helps a little bit knowing that some whale, as the casinos call them, can't just come in and own everything without working for a little bit. But it still appears as though it's going to take players a hell of a long time to earn the stuff that they want, if they can even get certain items when they're available.
Yeah.
Despite it appearing as though the game was exactly how they wanted it upon release, in the wake of this backlash, NetherRealm Studios has already announced that they'll be rebalancing the progression system, making it easier for gamers to earn rewards in-game. You not only cheated the game,
you cheated
yourself. So that is almost sort of admitting that they were a bit too aggressive in what you would assume were attempts to get people to just spend real money on items.
Yeah, like, this is going to take forever. I should probably just buy it. That way everyone online that I play against knows how rich I am when they destroy me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing, is it's like, that's what I don't get. Because like, even if a lot of people are playing this single player and you can grind these towers or something to earn the credits or whatever. But it's like, if no one sees it, is it really even cool? There's also like certain things that you can unlock in it that give your character abilities that they wouldn't normally have, but I think those are strictly for single player. I don't know. Like I said, I've been watching people play it. It looks like a lot of fun. I could care less about spending money on clothes for these people.
Did you see all the controversy around the completely non-canonical ending if you beat the game in a certain mode using Jax?
Oh, he frees the slaves.
Yeah, and that's got a lot of people very mad. Not that they like slavery, but somehow this is racist against white people.
In a fantasy game.
Yeah. There are a lot of like weird mental gymnastics in the Kotaku in Action crowd where they're like, but like technically Shao Kahn has slaves of all races. Why didn't he free those slaves? Why did he only stop the African slave trade? Sounds like Jax is the real racist. Fuck you. No. First of all, it's dumb. Like, it's just a fucking... It's a game where anything can happen. And so, like...
Yeah, you can rip the head off of anyone.
Like, oh, this is ridiculous for your Mortal Kombat? Shut the fuck up. Like, this character is going to go back in time and actually do something, like, absurd, but, like, pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you're going to get mad at it.
Well, also, they took the boobs aren't as big anymore, and they aren't
I know,
fluffy.
that's the real... I mean, you look at like Melina and Katana from the old ones, and it's like, I can get a full one going in just seconds.
Absolutely, yeah.
And now I have to like think a lot harder about what their body parts look like, because they're not as big as they used to be.
The problem is that
fucking SJWs have ruined this game.
You can't kill Sonya Blade by choking her with her own tits.
Yeah.
It's a mechanic that we've grown up with and love. And now they've gone and done away with it.
Yeah.
Same with the nudality.
The damn feminazis got to Mortal Kombat.
A game where
this
you
series
literally
is dead.
Impale people and rip their fucking everything out of them. There's no shortage of creativity in the ways that you can be killed in this game.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever.
Anyways.
Yeah, speaking of fighting games, here are some crazy numbers to end the show with today. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is now apparently the highest selling fighting game of all time, having sold around 13.5 million copies in just the past 4 months since it was released.
Wow, that's a lot of weebs.
And no tits in this game.
Wow. Yeah, you're right.
Now, for comparison, Mortal Kombat X, the one before the new one, that one's been out for around 4 years, and that has sold 10 million copies. So Smash Brothers, they blew past that in just months, which is honestly pretty impressive.
I don't have to use gore and profanity to be cool.
You're like the Will Smith of gaming.
I just be myself.
Yeah.
And feature, like, apparently 200 characters.
Yeah. I don't have to use gore to sell my games. Well, I do, so fuck you and fuck Smash Brothers too. Anyways, that's not the only big number news coming out of Nintendo this week, thanks to some financial information that was recently released about the company. It appears that the Nintendo Switch has officially outsold the N64, with the Switch racking up just under 35 million consoles sold worldwide since release. In the 6 years that the N64 was on the market, it sold around 33 million. The Switch still has a little ways to go in order to catch up to the Super Nintendo, which sold just under 50 million total, but at the rate it's going, it's probably going to blow past that with relative ease. Still, though, nowhere close to the original NES. That sold 62 million, and surprisingly, the original Wii, that sold over 100 million units.
That one I believe.
Almost entirely to retirement homes and preschools.
Yeah, the original Wii, like, it was the perfect like price point and accessibility.
And completely different from everything else.
Yeah, I remember like people I knew who had no other interest in video games. They'd all have a Wii in their apartment. Just
or
so
at
they
the
could
college
do, like,
in the dorm.
Yeah, just like, oh, Wii bowling.
Yeah, well, that was,
like
that was
tennis.
what was crazy about the Wii was it was at the time, such a technological advancement to be able to control
motion
something
controls.
with your motions.
It was great for like parties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I believe that 100%.
Yeah. And the old people, they love the bowling.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's it for for today's episode. That's what I was trying to say. Stay tuned for a brand new episode of News Dump later tonight, as well as a brand new episode of Weekly Weird News on Saturday. If you want to help support this show, why don't you go head on over to our Patreon using the link in the description, or smash that join button to support the show right here on YouTube.
Yeah.
We also do have a special ask for you today. If you're on twitter.com, RTX recently sent out a tweet announcing our live show at the convention.
Woo! Austin, Texas.
We'd love to see as many people as possible go and just hit that little retweet button, spread the awareness so that we can get as many people as possible into the venue so we can do more things like this.
Yeah,
we'll
great.
leave a link to that as well in the description below, and go retweet it and reply to their tweet telling them how stoked you are for the show. How rock hard you are right now.
Well, don't say exactly that. We don't want to get banned before we get there. If you do want to get passes for RTX, we're going to be there on the Sunday. It's 4th of July weekend in Austin. We're going to be performing on Sunday. We're going to have exclusive merch and some other stuff to do over the weekend. But if you go and try to check out and get passes, use the promo code, which is Internet Today, all one word, at checkout, and you'll get a discount. So thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Don't forget to check out more of this week's episodes by clicking over here. Samsung did an oopsie. And
They did.
They did. They certainly did. Anyways, check out those videos, and we'll see you soon for some news dump and some weekly weird news.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.